I lost a $2.3 billion client by accidentally confessing my love on a recorded line. Then he showed up with a ring, a death threat about my brother, and the most dangerous proposal I've ever heard. Here's what nobody tells you about falling for the one person who could destroy everything you've built. She said, "I'm completely in love with him," to her friends, thinking she was safe. But Naomi Chen, Manhattan's most ruthless corporate attorney, forgot one thing. The call with Dante Kael, her billionaire Korean client, was still active. He heard everything. Every desperate confession. Every secret she'd buried for 3 years. The next morning, he walked into her office with that ring, intel about her brother's $175,000 debt to a violent gang, and 6 words: "Be my fiancée, or he dies." This is the story of how one accidental phone call turned a professional relationship into the most dangerous gamble of 2 lives. But wait, there's where it gets crazy. 51 minutes. That's how long Naomi had spent dismantling a hostile takeover attempt worth $2.3 billion. She was brilliant, composed, untouchable, until her best friends walked in. "When are you going to admit Dante Kael has the hots for you?" Jasmine dropped into the chair, kicking off her Louboutins. "Those black dahlias that show up every Monday? That's not a retainer fee, girl. That's courtship." Naomi's chest tightened. They don't mean anything. But that was a lie. She'd researched their meaning obsessively. Betrayal, devotion, elegance, dignity. A contradiction wrapped in velvet petals. Here's where everything breaks. "I'm completely in love with him." The words escaped before Naomi could stop them. Raw, desperate. 3 years of silence shattered in 4 syllables. Her friends went still. "I think about him constantly." Naomi continued, her voice fracturing. "When he looks at me during depositions, I forget how to think. When he touches my hand, my entire body lights up like lightning. I dream about him. Her phone erupted with sound, not a ringtone, her voice playing back through the speaker. "I'm completely in love with Dante Kael." Horror flooded through her like ice water. The negotiation call. She'd never disconnected. Oh God. Oh my God, no. How much had he heard? The entire confession? Her humiliation played on loop through her mind. She ended the call with shaking fingers and blocked the number. A futile gesture. But here's what she didn't know. Dante Kael doesn't just listen, he acts. And what he did next would change everything. 6:47 a.m. the next morning. Naomi had drafted and deleted 17 damage control texts. Each one read more pathetic than the last. She arrived at her office early, hoping to hide. Her receptionist buzzed. "Dante Kael is here. He's insisting." "Send him in." Dante entered like he owned the space. 6'3", custom Tom Ford suit, bone structure that belonged on marble sculptures. Those dark, intelligent eyes fixed on her with an intensity that made her knees weak. "I apologize for yesterday's technical difficulty." "Don't." He moved closer, each step measured. "Don't diminish it." But wait, here's where it gets insane. "I need to discuss something sensitive. It concerns your brother." Naomi's blood ran cold. "Isaiah, what about him?" "He owes $175,000 to the Red Lotus Society. 72 hours to pay, or they collect in other ways." The room tilted. Isaiah, her baby brother, the kid she'd raised after their parents died. The brother she'd sent to Stanford. "How do you know this?" "I make it my business to know everything about people important to me." Dante's gaze pinned her in place. "And you, Naomi Chen, are very important to me." He reached into his jacket, producing a black velvet box. "I have a proposition." Inside, Platinum ring with a black diamond surrounded by smaller white stones. 6 months, play my devoted fiancé, attend events, family dinners, board meetings. In exchange, I clear Isaiah's debt completely and ensure the Red Lotus Society never touches your family. You want to buy me? I want to protect you. His voice dropped, dangerous and tender. And I want the woman who's been in love with me for 3 years to finally stop running. Here's the kicker nobody saw coming. You're blackmailing me with my brother's life. I'm offering you a solution to an impossible problem. He leaned forward. You love me. I've known for months. The way you look at me when you think I'm not watching. Yesterday just confirmed what I've been too much of a coward to pursue. So you orchestrated my brother's debt? No. Genuine pain flickered across his face. Isaiah's gambling problem is his own, but when I learned about it, I saw an opportunity to stop wasting time with professional boundaries. He moved closer, his fingers hovering near her cheek without touching. I know you take your coffee black with 1 sugar. I know you volunteer at the youth legal clinic every Thursday. I know you're afraid of thunderstorms and obsessed with Korean dramas. I know you sleep on the right side of your bed and keep a baseball bat under it because you don't trust building security. His voice turned raw. I know everything about you except what you taste like when you stop fighting what we both feel. The air between them crackled. 6 months, then you're free. Your brother lives. Your firm stays protected. And maybe you'll discover I'm not the monster you think I am. Naomi closed her eyes. Isaiah would die without intervention. The Red Lotus Society didn't make empty threats. I need time to think. You have until Saturday. Dante withdrew, leaving the ring box like a beautiful trap. There's a family dinner at the Kael estate. 4 o'clock. Wear the ring and convince my family we're madly in love, or Isaiah pays the price. He paused at the door. For what it's worth, Naomi, you're not just important to me, you're everything. But what Naomi didn't know, walking into the Kael family estate meant entering a world where billion-dollar empires were built on secrets, blood, and power. And she was about to discover just how dangerous Dante's family really was. Saturday arrived wrapped in dread and expensive fabric. Naomi spent 2 days researching the Kael family. What she found kept her awake at night. Dante's father, Vincent, built his empire through tech acquisitions that always benefited from insider information. His mother, Sun Hee, came from old Korean money, the kind that whispered about connections to organized crime networks operating above the law. Brother Marcus? Investigated twice for corporate espionage. Sister Yuna? A venture capitalist whose investment somehow never failed. This wasn't just wealth. This was a dynasty built on secrets. Here's what happened next. The Kael estate sat 40 minutes north of Manhattan, glass and stone rising from manicured grounds like a crystal fortress. Dante waited at the entrance, devastating in charcoal and black. You're stunning. I'm terrified. Good. He pulled her close, lips brushing her ear. Fear keeps you sharp. But remember, you're not alone. I've got you. Inside, 5 pairs of calculating eyes turned toward them. Everyone, this is Naomi Chen, my fiancée. The temperature dropped 10 degrees. Vincent Kael, silver-haired, sharp-featured, eyes that missed nothing, studied her like a specimen. The corporate attorney, we've heard quite a bit about you. Sun Hee's voice was silk over steel. My son has never brought a woman home. You must be quite remarkable. Or quite convenient, Marcus added, swirling wine. A fake engagement to stabilize the board's concerns. Clever. Strategy. But wait, here's where Naomi proves why she's the most dangerous woman in the room. If it were fake, Marcus, I wouldn't have said yes. Your brother doesn't need strategy when it comes to me. He never has. Yuna laughed. I like her. She's got spine. The dinner was psychological warfare disguised as family bonding. Sun-hee probed about Naomi's background, her family's finances. Vincent tested her legal knowledge. Marcus tried rattling her with crude implications about Dante's past. Through it all, Dante's hand found hers under the table, squeezing gently whenever questions became too invasive. Then Vincent struck where it hurt. Your brother Isaiah, Stanford graduate, currently working in… what was it? Naomi's blood turned to ice. He knew. Venture capital analysis. He's brilliant with market trends. And terrible with gambling habits, Marcus added cruelly. Word is he owes the Red Lotus Society a considerable sum. That situation has been handled. Dante's voice dropped to something lethal. Isaiah Chen is family now, under Kael protection. Anyone who touches him answers to me. Silence. Vincent studied his son. You're serious about this girl. I've never been more serious about anything in my life. Dante turned to Naomi, and the look in his eyes made her forget to breathe. She's not a business strategy, she's the only woman who's ever made me want to build something real. Here's where everything exploded. Sun-hee led Naomi to the garden for a private conversation. You love my son, but you don't trust him. Your family's reputation makes trust complicated. Good. Blind trust is for fools. Sun-hee's smile was approving. Dante is not Vincent. He wants something different, something legitimate. And I've watched him for 3 years. I've never seen him look at anyone the way he looks at you. Like you're oxygen and he's drowning. Shouting erupted from inside. They rushed back to find Dante and Marcus in heated confrontation. Trying to leave the family business. You want to go legitimate? Abandon everything we've built? I want to build something that won't destroy everyone I care about. Something Naomi can be proud of. You're willing to dismantle an empire for your attorney? For my fiancé. For my future. And if you can't respect that, Marcus, you're not part of that future either. Then came the sound that changed everything. Dining room windows exploded inward. 3 figures in black tactical gear crashed through, weapons raised. Not guns, tasers, combat batons. Professional, precise. Everything happened at once. Dante shoved Naomi behind him. Vincent and Marcus moved with military precision. Sun-hee grabbed Yuna toward a hidden wall panel. The Kael family had prepared for exactly this scenario. Naomi, move. Dante dragged her toward the kitchen as more glass shattered. He pulled her through a concealed door behind the wine cooler, a narrow maintenance corridor. This leads to the groundskeeper's cottage. There's a car? Dante, wait! Naomi pulled him to a stop. You need to know something. Before this goes further, before I let you risk everything. Naomi, we don't have time. I was FBI. Dante stared, shock replacing comprehension. What? But wait, here's the twist that changes everything. 4 years ago, undercover operations in corporate espionage. I left the bureau, went to law school, built a new life. But I know how to handle this. Naomi pulled out her phone, accessing an encrypted app she hadn't touched in years. I still have contacts, people who can make this disappear. You were federal law enforcement, and you're working for me? I'm in love with you. The truth. Finally, devastatingly clear. I quit the FBI because I was tired of shadows and lies. I wanted something real. Then you walked into my life with your impossible cases and your black dahlias and your stubborn brilliance, and I fell completely, irrevocably in love with a man who lives in exactly the kind of dangerous world I was trying to escape. Dante's expression transformed. Shock, melting into something raw. Say that again. Which part? The part where you love me. No performance, no fake engagement, just truth. Naomi cupped his face. I love you, Dante Kael. I've loved you for 3 years. I'll probably love you for the rest of my infuriatingly complicated life. He kissed her. Not gentle. A claiming kiss that tasted of desperation and promise, his hands tangling in her hair as he pressed her against the corridor wall. Every careful boundary dissolving as she finally let herself feel everything she'd been denying. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, Dante rested his forehead against hers. I orchestrated Isaiah's debt as leverage. I'm not proud of it. But I was running out of ways to make you see me as anything other than your dangerous client. You manipulative bastard. Completely guilty. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. Starting with actually leaving the shadows. Building something worthy of you. We leave together. Your family's business, my FBI past, we leave all of it behind and build something new. Something ours. Deal. After we survive tonight. They emerged 30 minutes later. Estate secured. Intruders subdued. Naomi's FBI contacts had worked faster than expected. Incident classified as attempted burglary. No media coverage. In the Kael garden with emergency lights painting everything blue and red, Dante pulled Naomi close. 6 months was the deal, but I'm hoping for significantly longer. How much longer? Forever, if you'll have me. Naomi kissed him, tasting promise and possibility and the beginning of something real. Forever sounds perfect. Above them, black dahlias released, their fragrance into the night, no longer symbols of betrayal, but devotion that survived shadows and secrets to finally bloom in light. Here's what 97% of people don't understand about dangerous love. Sometimes the most terrifying thing you can do is trust someone who operates in shadows. But Naomi and Dante proved that real love doesn't just survive darkness, it transforms it into something beautiful. If this story left you breathless, subscribe now. We create cinematic romance that defies boundaries and proves love can conquer even the most impossible odds. Drop a comment. Would you risk everything for love like Naomi did? We read every single one. Until next time, stay romantic, stay bold, and never stop believing in love that transforms everything.